All verbs, all tenses, Filtán Gaeilge, page 43. For all these verbs you must do an action. For example, for Bhalig, collect your copies. After you've collected them, say Bhalig mé na cópláir. That's I'm sure caite, past tense. As you are collecting the copies, say Bhailíonn mé na cópláir. I'm sure láithreach, present tense. I collected the copies. Now, before you collect the copies, say Ballóig mé na cópláir. I will collect the copies. I'm sure áisteanach, future tense. You must do the actions for the verb and say the words out loud. You also need to write these out each and every night. That way you will learn your spellings without even trying. We know we can make a verb past tense by adding a H. Bhalig becomes Bhalig. Brustig becomes Vrustig. If the verb begins with a vowel, we put in a D. Ahrig becomes Dahrig. If the verb begins with an F, we put in a D and a H. So Fragger becomes Tragger. To make a verb past tense, you look at the ending. If the last three letters are I, G, H, we put in I fada O N N. If the last four letters are A, I, G, H, then it's A, I fada O N N. To make the verb future tense, look at the last three letters. If it's I, G, H, we add E, O, I, D, H. If the last four letters are A, I, G, H, we add O fada I, D, H. Play and pause this video as you move down through the page, taking real pride in your pronunciations. Bhalig, Bhailíonn, Ballóig. Vrustig, Brustíonn, Brustóig. Bhuaig, Bhuain, Bhuaig. Ceannig, Ceaníonn, Ceanóig. Críochnigh, Críochnaíonn, Críochnóig. Cuardaigh, Cuardaigh, Cuardóig. Dahraigh, Athraíonn, Athróig. Dairigh, Éiríonn, Éireóig. Deitl, Eitleíonn, Eitleóig. Fragger, Freagraíonn, Freagraóig. Notice that we don't put any H in the present tense or the future tense, nor do we put in the D for the vowels, or the D for the F verbs. Duscail, Usclaíonn, Usclóig. Gortig, Gortíonn, Gortóig. Gramig, Gramíonn, Gramóig. Waring, Maríonn, Maróig. Hábháil, Sábháiln, Sábháilthigh. Shláinnig, Shláiníonn, Shláinóig. Taspáin, Taspáineann, Taspáinnig. Haring, Taríonn, Taróig. Imáin, Timáineann, Timáinnig. Thosaigh, Tosaíonn, Tosóig. Trimig, Trimíonn, Trimóig. Dimmer, Imríonn, Imróig. Dúsáid, Úsáideann, Úsáidigh. Gearr, Gearrann, Gearrigh. Léig, Léann, Léithigh. Dinis, Insíonn, Insóig. Bhí, Bíonn, Beig. Chonnig, Fecinn, Feicigh. Chuaigh, Tain, Rockigh. Dúirt, Deir, Deirthigh. Rinne, Déanann, Déanthigh. Fuair, Faigheann, Eoig. Cúla, Cluiseann, Cluisigh. Di, Itan, Ísigh. Rug, Berann, Bearthigh. Thug, Tugann, Tuairthigh. Tháinig, Tagann, Tiuchigh. Notice for the verb grabbed or caught we use a small er word. For the verb gave we use do. These 11 verbs from was to came are by far the most important. They're the hardest to learn, and they are the ones you should spend the most amount of time learning. Remember to do the actions, say the words aloud, write the words out each night, while also paying attention to the different types of endings. Why do we put in a H here? Why is it I fada O N N? Why is it E O I D H? The answers to those questions are at the start of the video. Best of luck.